Welcome to day 10 of the Businesswoman Who Creates Time. If you have been following on for the last few days, you will note that it is different surroundings today. December 20, so 10 days into showing up here on YouTube with you for 30 days to show you that we can create time for the things that are important once we get nice and clear on what those important things are. So you're likely a woman in business who is potentially also a mum, running a household, uh, fostering a relationship of some kind, and relationships and friendships all throughout your life. And at this time of year, it's absolutely manic. I'm a little fatigued this morning here in my hotel room after much Christmas cheer after my usual bedtime last night. So I am uh, set up here, not in my usual environment, but pretty keen to have a chat with you today about standing out and the fear that we often have around that as women in business, and standing out from those that we may have been around our whole lives. The little fear mind that we've been talking about telling us not to stand out, don't pop your head out above the crowd. Um, and especially in Australia, because there is a thing called tall poppy syndrome. And with tall poppy syndrome, um, Australians are pretty good at trying to metaphorically kneecap you if you look like you're getting too far in front. If you're in the United States, that would seem like a pretty foreign concept to you, because as Australians, when we go to the US, we recognize how everyone is just really cheering for each other when it comes to getting out in front and succeeding in business, or at least that's how it appears to us. Because back here at home, standing out can often mean vilification if you're doing well. And that goes for men and women, and then doubly so if you're a woman, um, because in the grand scheme of time, we've, at least for the last several millennia, been in the household. So obviously, the First and Second World War changed that, and women went back out to work to keep things going. And many women did not want to stop that once the men returned from war. And we obviously have the feminist movements of the late 60s, 70s, and I think we're on the fifth wave of feminism, as they call it at the moment. So we're here to stay out in business, but there's still that innate fear of what will it look like for me if I stand out. And it's part of the reason why we put ourselves to the bottom of the pile often, or it doesn't even occur to us that we should be at the top, because some of the messages we get as little girls, if we look like we might be pulling away from the pack for whatever reason, are to remain with the pack, keep your head down. And even as little as when I was a child, so I'll be 49 next month, but the phrase little girls should be seen and not heard, part of a wider phrase for children, that children should be seen and not heard. But those things stay with you and they can play on your mind. And inside of your relationship dynamic as well, we've already spoken about money stories in this 30-day series, and how the money stories combined with that of your other half in your life partnership can mean that you stay playing much smaller than you should be. But if we create the time as women in business who are running households, raising children, wanting to have a personal relationship with their life partner that is all it can be, we're actually not playing at our best and not giving ourselves the opportunity to live our best life if we're not living up to our full potential. And you won't live up to your full potential if you don't get okay with standing out, if that's where you're meant to be. And the older we get, and the closer we get to passing into middle age, we obviously get closer to the crone archetype as well, which is where my mum is at her age. And it's been curious to observe, but also quite funny to watch as mum passes into the crone archetype. And every day she cares less about what people think, and she's less likely to hold back on her thoughts and opinions where she knows something is wrong, or where 20 years ago, 40 years ago, she would have said nothing, but now she feels compelled to speak, and she just does. And those things do make you stand out. And I think we should be doing it now, to be honest. I know that there are times when I shy away from the spotlight. I am an introvert at heart, which means that I won't be the one to draw attention to myself in the crowd. But I do fully recognize that my work does often have me out in front of the crowd, or head and shoulders above the crowd, and you stand out anyway. But I firmly believe that some of my most important work is yet to come, being seen in the world for doing this work with women, because of that old saying, women can't be what they can't see. So I have made a very deep commitment to be seen, showing other women that you don't have to wait until your children are grown before you start to move into that version of you that is moving towards her full potential. You can grow your thing now. You can effectively lead your household and have a great relationship with your life partner, and pour into yourself, so that all of these, especially child rearing years, don't go by in a flash and you realize that you're completely burnt out. So I had to learn everything step by step, trial and error, the hard way, so that you don't have to. It's one of the things about me being here on Earth in this lifetime, part of my human design, as I've mentioned in previous days' videos, is that I have a 3-line, which means that I am capable of doing the trial and error and the testing, and then I will hit on the magic recipe. I will put a system around it, and then I will pass it on to my clients, and they will experience success. So not everyone's like me, though, and the thought of standing out for your thing that you're bringing to the world and that you're sharing with your customers or your clients, even with your children, that can be a weight that stops you from moving forward and keeps you small for longer than you should be. So if that is resonating with you, and you recognize that one of the reasons you haven't been prioritizing being the businesswoman who creates time for business, and putting the systems in place in your household, creating date night with your partner, or at least having conversations with your partner so that you're not the one always creating it. And especially if you're not creating time for yourself each day. Let's make it from today onwards that you recognize that that fear of standing out is there, the fear of being seen, the fear of being heard, the fear of wondering what people will think of you. Let's bring the crone energy that our mums are probably sitting in, and bring that back to us now, and just go stuff it. Let's do it now. Let's bring our magic to the world. The world needs it more than ever before. And we will be the living, breathing example for our children as well, as they grow up, that anything is possible, and mum can do it now, so can they. And that's really how we want to move forward. So that's day 10 of being the businesswoman who creates time. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. It's only new. We want to get it off the ground, and like this video so it goes far and wide. And I will be back with you tomorrow, and fully recharged and ready to talk to you on day 11.